Hey guys, Mike with Rove Pest Control here. And can you last longer than some of these pests without eating food? The answer may surprise you. So in pest control, we deal with a large variety of pests that could get inside your home. So today we're going to talk about some of the most common ones and how long they can go without eating food. So one of the most common ones, mice, rodents that get into your home. Now these pests, they have a super high metabolism and they need to be eating almost all the time. And for the most part, if a mouse gets into your home, if they don't have a food source, they're not going to last very long. The average mouse could probably only last a day or two without a food source. So they're kind of at the bottom of the list for today. The next pest we're talking about are ants. Now every time you see ants, if there's food on the table, if it's out in the open, they're going to go after it. So you might think that they can't last a long time without food. That's actually correct. For the most part, they can't. Now, ants in general, they have probably about a max lifespan of around a year, but the average ant is going to live to be about a month or so. Now, without food, ants don't last that long. It's probably only about a day or two as well, similar to the mice, and for that reason, that's why they usually hang out in that colony, so they can all work together and find food sources so they can all survive as a colony. The next insect we want to talk about is pretty gross. You don't really want to see these ever in your home or your business, and that's roaches. Now, these creatures are very durable. It's really interesting. Roaches in general, they can actually live for up to a week without their head. It's something that you might not think is even possible, but they actually have the ability to breathe through teeny holes around their body. So it's pretty cool that they have that feature, and the reason they can only last about a week without their head is that they die of thirst. They just don't have access to water without a mouth, and so that's the main reason why they're going to die. But roaches in general, they can live well over a month without food in your home. So these are very hardy creatures. That's why if you get an infestation, you really want to seek professional help, because again, they can live in a lot of crazy situations. The next animal on the chart, the next pest on the chart is going to be bed bugs. Now with these, if you've ever heard don't let the bed bugs bite, there's a good reason for that, because they can last a long time without eating and stick around in your home and breed and multiply. Now bed bugs in general, they're blood eaters. They feed off of the blood of mammals for the most part. Humans in general is what they mainly focus on, but they do target other mammals as well, and sometimes even birds. But bed bugs, again, they're super hardy. They can live a long time, and actually without eating, they can live anywhere from 20 to well over 400 days without actually eating. So again, if you have a bite here or there, they can hang out a long time without, again, eating if they needed to. So this is really why we recommend reaching out to a pest control service if you have any inclination that there might be bugs anywhere, bed bugs, reach out, get those treated. And the next pest on the chart is spiders. And now each type of spider, each species is going to vary for lifespan and how long they can go without food, but one such species of spiders has actually been documented to have lived over 18 months in captivity without food or water, and they just seem just fine. So again, spiders can last a long time. One of the main reasons is, in general, they have a very low metabolism. So spiders also are one of the most least active pests, because they don't necessarily have to go out and hunt all the time. They make their webs and then they just kind of hang out and wait for their food source to fly into it, and then they can go out and expend energy. So for this reason, spiders can last a long time without eating, because they don't use much energy capturing their prey. They just can be sedentary for long periods of time. Again, for many reasons, they're not going to eat as much as other pests. Now, obviously, there's all kinds of different pests and insects and various levels of how long they can go without food. But again, these are some of the most common ones you can find in your home. So for how long some of these pests can last, this is really why we recommend reaching out to a pest control service and at least setting up some type of maintenance program around your home, because when these pests are left unchecked, even if they don't have food sources, they can keep breeding, they can keep reproducing and cause issues in your home. So we really recommend setting up at least some kind of maintenance program in place to prevent any issues from pests like these. And again, if you're a first-time customer with us over at Rove Pest Control, be sure to head on over to rovepestcontrol.com/50 off and enter your information for $50 off your first service with us. So if you want to set up a maintenance program or you have a specific pest issue and you're a first-time customer with us, again, head on over to rovepestcontrol.com/50 off for access to that great discount. But thanks again for tuning in, and we'll talk to you more soon.